Morning, everyone. It's July 5th, 2023. Um, Hope everybody had a good 4th. Just kind of stayed around the house this week, or weekend on the 4th. Um, this shit's crazy. Things are getting turned up because I refuse to do what's being told of me. So I only expect it to get worse day by day, week by week, until eventually, I'm unemployed. It ain't gonna be the harassment that makes me quit. I'm not quitting. I'm not doing that again. I've done that too many times, man. They're gonna have to force me out, and when I know they do, I know it's gonna be a long, long time. I'm gonna have a hard time finding a place to live. I'm gonna have a hard time finding work. And what's crazy is I got kids, man, and I know it doesn't matter to anybody else, but it's like everywhere you go, everybody hates you, right? And I'm starting to hear bits and pieces about things that just they're completely, it just makes no sense to me, man, but it is what it is. What are you going to do about it? I've been trying to ignore as much of it as I can. Last week I got asked if I was a woman hunter. What the hell? You know, dude went from talking about hunting to saying you hunt women. I was like, what the fuck? No, I got a woman. She's at home, man. I mean, what is that about? And I'm sure that's not going to last too much long either, from what I'm hearing. I don't know. I keep getting threatened about stuff, and whatever. If it happens, it happens. There ain't nothing I can do about it, right? The sad thing is I just got this feeling that they're going to make this happen, and they're going to target my significant other. And as soon as I'm gone, if I decided to leave, they're gonna tell her the same stuff. You gotta leave your home, you gotta leave your job, you gotta leave your kids, you gotta leave all that good stuff. But my plan is, I'm not going anywhere unless she pushes me out. You know how they push you out in this stuff, or she just comes to me and tells me, she can't do this no more or whatever. And up to this point, I've been completely honest with her, told her everything, man. So I don't know what else I can do. So I guess we'll see how it plays out. Anyways, I don't know. I just wanted to make a quick video before work because it kind of lets me vent a little bit, helps me out a little bit. The other things that I'm hearing are, people are going to break into my house, people are going to do this, people are going to steal the kids' bikes, because we just got them new bikes for their birthday. I keep hearing all these things, and I don't put it past them. I know it's true. I know it happens. I mean, it's happened before. It happens to other targets. It's the same story for every target from here all across the world. It's the exact same thing, pretty much. The worst of the worst that could possibly be said. As far as people say that I molest my own kids, and the women get called whores, and like I read a post on Facebook. They actually convinced this woman to go spend, this single mom, they convinced her to go spend her money on groceries at the grocery store and just leave them there. I mean, who would do that to a single mother, man? Obviously this program, right? And everybody thinks it's okay that it's okay that they're deserving of that to happen to them. It's everywhere you go. It's deserving. Nobody gives a shit about your kids. I had people mocking me about my kids, man. This, that, and the other. I'm worried about my kids, because I know as it sits right now, my kids will never have a life from birth. Not all of them, but they will never have a life, all of them. And that's what I hear every day. You better leave, they'll never have a life, Well, my kids are targeted without me being there anyways. So why wouldn't I stick around to try to teach them how to live life in this stuff, man, as best as I can? Some TIs might say, well, you're better off to leave, you're better off to stay, it's whatever. My opinion is what I just said. When people are sitting outside my 3-year-old daughter's daycare, 2-year-old daughter's daycare, watching her, for what reason? She's a kid, man. You know, when they're making things happen with my kids, you know, the pain that they cause them and this and that, even when I'm not there. 2 of my daughters I'm not with, but I see. You know what I mean? So they're experiencing the same things I experience. So what does it matter if I stick by them or if I leave? I'll tell you what matters. It's what I said a minute ago, is to be able to teach them when they get old enough to understand that this is how it is, man, and this is how they need to do things. You know, and I don't know, it's kind of crazy, but the cycle never ends. I've lived 5 places in the last 2 years. 5, and I spent almost 3 years homeless. You know, and my mindset is this right now: if it gets that bad where they push me out of my job and they push me out of my home and they separate me from my family to make sure I'm all right, all the people that are doing it, they'll take care of me. I hate to say that, I'm not one to live off the government, but if I'm forced to, I'll live off the government, whether it's making myself go to jail so I got a roof over my head. That's going to happen anyways. I lose my job because I got to pay child support. I pay $632 a month in child support for 1 kid, so that's going to happen fast anyways. But before that does, I'll find another reason to go. I ain't going to be stupid, I ain't going to hurt nobody, but I'll do something that's going to let me sit in there for a while. Or you know, I know this sounds crazy and desperate, but desperate times calls for desperate things, right? I'll go get some drugs, because they'll definitely let me do that. That's a fact. They'll definitely push me to do that. And I'll go to rehab. And I'll start the cycle all over again. You know, it's just stupid, man. You live someplace for 5-6 months or whatever it is, man, and you know, as soon as our bank account was drained from some prior debt that my significant other had, I start hearing leave. I start hearing leave. When we had the money to move, and probably would have moved, honestly. But it is the way it is. They're playing it the way they're playing it, and that's how they do things. And people have this idea that this targeting is done for whatever reason, man. No, that's not why it's done. And until the lid gets blown off this, man, they'll just think it's whatever's being said. And at this point, I don't even care anymore, man. I don't even try to talk about it. I don't even think about talking about it. I don't even think about explaining it, man, because, you know, it's pointless, right? Everywhere I go, I'm hated. Everybody hates me, but nobody knows me, right? Nobody knows me. And here's what's crazy is I will think something, right? And then I will hear another voice say that I thought something completely different. It is what it is. You can't do nothing about it. You just got to roll with the punches, right? Anyways, you guys have a good day. Keep your head up. Remember, stay positive as you can.